my mind is clear. La 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 la. Hand me a hello. La 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 la. Hand me a hello. La 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 la. Hand me a hello.
Every morning has some mother. Every ocean is made of tears and thunder. All our weapons came from lovers. Yet I'm still here, holding on to something. On the dance floor, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Baby, you know I'm not getting over you. Baby, you know I'm not getting over you. Hey, I'm starring in this drama because of you. Even in disco lights, I still feel every lie. Wish I could hurt you too.
Welcome everyone to the action of the Under-17 Open Final here in Ghent for EYUC 2024. We will see the final between Germany and Sweden for the gold medal. I am Kati Meisel, joined here by Pea Delamine. Hi Pea.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, so we still see a lot of people on the field. The women's final has just played out. I invite you very warmly to watch that back. And we can see the Swedish Open team already lined up, matching up against Germany. They have met up in this tournament before, with Germany coming out of the game 13-8. So we will see what the Swedish have done in the meantime to prepare.
Great, rematch.
Yes, indeed. So they met in power pool stages. Both teams coming out of a pool of 4, going into power pools. With very tight crossover games in that open division unfolding the last 2 days. We can... Yes, so the semifinals that were held today in the morning, Germany played against France and beat them 13-11. So quite a close game for Germany to make it into that gold medal match. Sweden matched up against Italy, winning very, very dominantly with 13-5. So Sweden have shown a dominant game earlier in the semi-final to go into the final.
Exciting. We have Germany starting on defense.
Sweden ready for the offense as we begin with the first pull.
There you go.
Sweden with the first possession. Germany coming out in a match defense with some poaching on the sides. Sweden getting a bit of meters in front, looking for options, centering. Going up the line as we hear the crowd getting louder and louder during this first point of the final. Sweden progressing, pass to the end zone, high pass, and the Swedish number 34, Hugo Berge, holds on for the first score. Sweden in celebration with a little freeze.
Love the celly.
That is a great start. So Jeppe, what do you think about this first possession by Sweden?
Well, we have a nice dish pass over there. Sweden started the point in a split stack. Great progression here. Just taking the safe options really. Finishing off with a nice little throw in space for the first score of the game.
Very stable, very clean.
Yeah, I mean 2 clean holds, 1 each. So it's what we want to start with really for a final of a major tournament. To gives you confidence for the rest of the game, clearly.
Absolutely. And talking about confidence, Germany have had a very good route through the tournament so far. And the pull went out of bounds, is going to be taken to the brick mark. As we take a quick look at the German results so far, they have taken 1 loss to Belgium in power pools, but for the rest being very dominant. So let's see how it unfolds here as Sweden brings it in at the brick mark. Surveying the field for options, not really gaining any meters forward at the moment. The Swedish offense swinging back and forth. This in the middle. To Kasper Nilsson, also has a brother on this team, Caesar. Very good pressure there from the German defense, really forcing the Swedish to a lot of passes. Pass count has gone up to 14 already in this possession. 15 now. As the Germans just let the Swedish swing on, not giving them any options upfield.
It's a nice poachy look from the German side. A little bit zony with coaches on the handlers, forcing the swings with the flat mark.
Now the Swedish changing sides, getting something through these handling defenders, maybe giving them a bit of momentum, but then they are immediately stopped again. An unfortunate drop after 32 passes. That is what a zone and a poach wants.
Exactly.
The Germans throw it deep immediately, but that was maybe a bit different than he wanted to get it out of his hand. A bit bladier than expected, probably going down quite quickly. But yeah, we really saw that German zone look do what they wanted with this.
Yeah, causing a lot of trouble to the Swedish offense there.
But they get one more chance. So the Swedish with their big sideline support there. Another chance for their offensive hold against the German defense. Squeezing it through there with a little dishy. Still sometimes trying to look upfield to see where the spaces are, but the Germans really doing a good job of preventing anything going through the middle of the field there. Although there is quite a lot of space between handling and stack, the Swedish really have a hard time for now going through there.
you want to keep that disc moving, but the German defense really efficient here.
Now they have managed to switch sides, maybe gain a bit of momentum. Swinging back to the middle. And a big huck right towards the end zone. Defense is under there as well.
Nice block.
Number 7 there, Meo Dahlmann by the German defense, immediately picking up the disc after the turn. So another chance for that first break for the Germans. 3 points into that final of the open division. Faking the huck, not giving it, looking for the dump. Center pass. Moving the disc between the handers. Power position, but not giving off that huck. The disc goes up a bit too high, but is well redeemed. Well redeemed by Nolan Liebermann. Germans just shy of the end zone. Happy to take another pass back. Swinging it to the middle. Giving it back to Dahlmann, who had that block before. Started off the first break chance for the Germans here. Dahlmann again. Leading pass. And really just shy of the end zone, faking that around. Looking for the dump again. The Germans really show a great deal of patience here. And a nice low backhand inside.
Break. Here we go, first break of the game. On second attempt for Germany.
Yeah, so we see that in this first, in the 2 possessions with the zones, Germany forced Sweden to take a lot of passes, 32 passes in the first possession, 16 passes in the second, and in the end, the Germans managed to get off that block. Meo Dahlmann, who we see again here with the low release inside break, finding his teammate. Great patience from the German offense in front of the end zone, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, total contrary of their first attempt when they got the first disc for the first break chance. Now they were really patient, just grinding the field. A very nice patience in front of the end zone. Good end zone offense can really win you a game.
That is true, and we saw Nico Hoyos getting his first goal on the stat sheet, and the German D-line setting up again. 1 break in. Let's see what the Swedish have to say. Do you feel like the Germans will put up their zone again?
I mean, I would, considering how efficient it was. Really forcing the Swedish team to take a lot of passes, swing the disc a lot. They were Germany really clogging the middle of the field really well. You could really see that they did their homework in analyzing the Swedish offense.
Yes, and they're Swedish up again, but we do get another defense. We have match defense and a big layout
insane.
Defense by Meo Dahlmann. Meo Dahlmann getting the disc back for Germany for the chance for their next break. Dahlmann with the dishy over the top. And that is the second break in a row for the German Open Under 17. What a dominant performance. Meo Dahlmann really dominating with this layout defense.
Second block for Meo Dahlmann.
Also, I've taken a quick look at his stats sheet so far. He is having a good tournament.
13 assists, 5 goals.
And Sweden has taken a timeout, and as the 2 teams take a breather, we will take a short break in the commentary booth as well after the highlights. Welcome back to the final of the Open Under-17 division here in Ghent for EYUC 2024. We have seen 2 breaks in a row by the German D-line, and some of these D-line players are back on the field for more action. These young athletes are really giving it their all. Pea, what do you think about the points so far?
I mean, Mio Dahlmann, he's having a great game. 2 blocks so far. He's back on the line with the disc to pull. I'm curious what how the Swedish team will react. They just came out of a timeout there, so let's see what are the adjustments that the coach has to do on the field.
As we see Mio Dahlmann again with the pull. Nice hang time there, giving the German defense a chance to go all the way there. Swedish offense now. Andersson and the 2 Nilssons, but there was an unfortunate turn for the Swedish offense. German pressure high as Fabian Meyerhofer walks to the disc, picking it up for a red zone offense. And I mean, what a beautiful pass for the 3rd break in a row.
Oh wow, Mio Dahlmann. 2 blocks, 1 goal now. Great pressure from the German defense. Unfortunate drop on the Swedish side, and then Germany just punishing and taking that opportunity.
Yeah, we see Meyerhofer first conducting his teammates and then putting the disc up in the air there to Mio Dahlmann, who spikes it in delight with their 3rd break in a row. What do you think? What can Sweden do now? How can you react to such a dominant start by your opponent?
I think some of the mistakes that we've seen from the Swedish team, there were a couple of unfortunate drops. I think it's all about focus, especially in these kinds of big games. You really want to, just take a deep breath and restart playing some basic ultimate, just taking the easy options, make the disc move. It's all about just doing the basics right. I mean, the last couple of points, the German defense went into a matchup look. The first offensive point from Sweden was also against that matchup defense. It was very good. So I think they have it in there. But now it's all about execution and just staying focused, stay calm.
Yes, indeed. Remembering that all of the athletes on the field there are a maximum of 16 years old makes it ever more impressive of how mature they are already. How mature they are already playing. It's really amazing to see. As we see the Swedish O-line against a match defense again. As we see Berje moving the disc to the side. Nilsson to Nilsson 25. Just being forced backwards again. The German defense again doing a great job, and pressure on there from number 21, Benjamin Schenk, forcing the turnover there. This might as well be Germany's 4th break in a row if they manage to pull that off. As we see them setting up in a 2-5 vertical stack. Mio Dahlmann working it with Benjamin Schenk, who puts it across the field, and a dishy assist with a bit of contact there by the defender, but well held on to by the scoring player. Yeah, so we see that the German and Swedish players still discussing the contact a bit. I think in the end, number 11 there, Kevin Berisha, was probably not able to pull out early enough, producing some contact. As we see again, first that nice pass across the field, and then, not able to stop early enough, causing some contact there on the scoring Alexander Lüers.
Yeah, a bit of a late beat there from Berisha, but German player looks safe. They talked through it.
Yes. And wow, 4 breaks in a row for the Germans. They're really on a roll. This is, wow. Very, very impressive as we see them cheering. And I think we see another timeout probably taken by Sweden. Yes, another timeout by Sweden. Yes, I mean, as you said before, what do you say in this sort of moment in a timeout, and especially considering it's an under 17 division, such young athletes, trying to give them confidence? What can you do?
I think, yeah, definitely it's hard. I think especially at a young age, you want to tell them that, you know, it's just enjoy the moment, have fun out there, just focus on playing good ultimate. Remember why you're playing this game, and I mean, it's all about pleasure, right? And I think now they'll start again on offense there. It's true that the German defense is applying a lot of pressure. You can feel that the physicality is there. Now it's all about staying focused and take your time to score those goals.
Yes. In terms of the conditions today, you see that the shade is slowly fading over the field here as we move towards sunset. Before, the turf was heating up quite a lot under the sun, but now, yeah, it's cooling off a bit more. There is not really wind, slight, ever so slight breeze, as you can see, looking at the flags, but really amazing conditions to play ultimate in, as we see a great long pull, even a bit too far, pulling out of the out at the end of the end zone there, letting Sweden bring in the disc at the brick mark.
Leo Dahlmann not on the field this time.
Taking a little break from all of the blocks he is making. Meyerhofer is here again, though, also two blocks in this game, 2 assists, I mean, sorry, for this D-line. The Swedish, with support from their sideline, launch it deep to Nilsson, but it's just a bit too far. Great effort trying to run that down. It was a very nice option, taking advantage of the defensive positioning there. And an immediate response with a hug from Meyerhofer. Taken down confidently just in front of the end zone now. Benjamin Steinhoff off to Meyerhofer again, and back to Steinhoff for the 5th break in a row by the German under 17. They're unstoppable right now, Pia.
Right. What a performance from the Germans. I mean, the pressure that they managed to apply on defense. I mean, Sweden taking the deep shot earlier, and we see Germany responding immediately with the same look, with more success this time.
Benjamin Steinhoff going up into the air against his defender there. And then first we see him looking a bit for options, going back to the one who threw the hug, who is ready to give another assist. His 3rd of the game, might as well. Yeah, 6-1. Now just 1 point shy of halftime. Germany for now just really rolling over the Swedish offense as they try to get something off. I do think though that the hug that the Swedish put up in the previous point was a very good option. Very good idea, just slightly too far for the defender to reach. Yeah, there we see the stats line for Fabian Meyerhofer. 1 goal, 3 assists. 6 points into the game for the Germans, or 6 points for the Germans. In 4 of them, he was there.
Definitely. I mean, the hug from Sweden was definitely a nice one. I mean, the player had the position and the separation as well. A bit too much power on it.
Again, a big pull. Difficult also because it's going right into that last third with sun of the field, making it hard for the receiving end. The sideline volume ramping up here as another huck goes up to Nilsson, manages to hold on. Number 25 for Sweden. Will they manage to get off another hold? Berge on the disc, moves it to the side. Arching pass around to Nilsson for the hold, 6-2. That is really nice to see.
Great look there from Sweden. I mean, they're really taking like the deep shots are a little bit more open. You can see that Germany taking the unders, trying to put a lot of pressure on the handlers. Obviously, it takes a lot, gives more space in the deep part of the field. A great grab there.
Yeah, Cesar Nilsson doing a great job. And I said before that Kasper and Cesar Nilsson are brothers, but in fact, I do not know. I just assumed. But so sorry if I said anything wrong. But the two Nilssons doing a great job here. Kasper getting the goal after Cesar had this long reception. And as the teams take another timeout, take a little breather, we will take one as well and see you right back. To the first half of the Open final in the under-17 here at EYUC in Ghent. We have just witnessed a whole roll of breaks, first by Germany, 5 breaks in a row, but then Sweden has held on to another offensive point. So we're excited to see if this was actually the start of a comeback.
That would be super exciting.
Yes, that would be exciting, as we see the German O-line only for the second time in this game. As Schenk gives the disc to Meyerhofer, who again launches a big huck into the end zone to Benjamin Steinhoff. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for that offensive point by Germany. You can see them celebrating, all really hyped up. That was a very, very nice offensive possession.
Great hug there. Nice pass into power position. Great execution. I think the hug came from Fabian Meyerhofer.
Yes.
Playing double duty here.
Playing double duty, assisting both on offense and defense lines. He likes to hug. We like it too. That was a really nice backhand. And that is halftime actually. So Germany have managed to take half with this hold. And let's have another look, Pea, at how Germany have done so far in the tournament. In pool stages, they really rolled over Austria and Great Britain with 13-4 in both of those games. They had a tighter game against Italy, in which they played 13-10, and then a universe game against France. Seems exciting. I'm not exactly sure if this was already. This was probably in the power pool stages, where they also met Sweden with this 13-8 win by Germany. And as I've heard for the rest, the pre-semis in the open division were very, very hard fought. So there, Germany had another tight game against France, coming out 13-11 in semis in the end. So lots of dominant performances, but then also not only it has not only been easy for Germany. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could see that France gave them a hard time in a couple of games with that universe game. Germany won. That being said, yeah, they're not invincible.
No, and I mean, by now they have looked pretty unstoppable, but you will never know what the Swedish will come out with of half. And yeah, so yeah, I'm just taking another look at the crossover games that were pretty tight here in the open division. We had Italy just winning 11-9 over Switzerland, France winning 13-12 over Belgium. That was before going into semis, what I'm talking about now. So going into semis was really, really a really tough fight, let's say, for the teams that have unfortunately not in the end made it into finals. But just saying that the open division was a tight field. And for the couple of remaining minutes for this halftime, we will take another break in the commentary booth and see you back for the second half.
Yes, he will.
Here we are again with the live action from the open final, the last final here at the under-17 EYUC in Ghent, Belgium, in the Eurodisc Arena in Blaarmeersen. I'm Cathy Meisel, still here with Pea Delamine. This has been an interesting half, with Germany really dominating with 5 breaks in a row over Sweden here. Sweden trying to hold on, get some offensive holds in there. Let's see if they will be able to score a break coming out of half. The German O-line now against the Swedish zone. Sweden has apparently decided to switch up their defense with a zony look. trying to stop a bit of that momentum and these deep throws that the Germans have been getting off so well in the first half.
Definitely a smart move here from the Swedish team. I mean, they were getting beaten on deep shots. Zone is definitely a good choice here. Try to see what kind of pressure they can apply on those German throwers.
Absolutely, and I mean, we've said there is not a lot of wind, but still, if you want to stop momentum and take off these first cutting options, the deep threat, a zone is definitely a good tool in your toolbox of an ultimate team of these young athletes. And for now, it's working really well for them, forcing Germany to take a lot of passes. Pass tally has gone up to 24 already, as we see Benjamin Schenk in the middle in handling with Meyerhofer again, who has been so dominant with the disc so far. Swinging it back and forth. Hauke Meyer also in the mix. Ole Calabrese moving it back to Meyerhofer. Yes, there has been 6 break chances so far for the Germans and 0 for Sweden. So, yeah, I mean, it speaks a bit for itself how the Germans have been performing so far. There was a turnover, but a foul is called, and it is immediately uncontested. Violation, bit of early movement before the check-in, as the Germans move closer to their own brick mark towards their end zone against this zone. Still happy to swing back and forth. I'm interested to see when the Swedish will melt into a match defense. They have been holding on to their zone for quite a long time now. The German handlers there going back and forth. Calabrese again. Nice high grab there to Meyerhofer. Fakes the hammer. That would have been exciting to see, but goes back to the middle. Surveying the field for options there, Meyerhofer, but there's not a lot happening. As I say this, they sneak it through the middle. Still going back and forth, challenging the Swedish Cup. Going closer and closer to the end zone, and the scuba over the top with a layout grab. And again, it's Benjamin Steinhoff in the end zone, getting in his second goal of the game. Layout grab for the scuba there. Ending a long possession with 59 passes with a scuba.
Yeah, I mean, the Swedish zone was quite effective, forcing Germany to take a lot of passes, but you could really see that the Germans are now really patient. Obviously, there are a few breaks ahead, not too much pressure, so obviously it's easier to deal with the pressure moments that a zone can cause.
Yeah, and there we see the big scuba over the top by Meyerhofer. Went down a bit more quickly than he wanted to probably, but that is no problem for Benjamin Steinhoff with his third goal, adding to his stats line.
Yeah, great grab by Steinhoff.
And there we see Meo Dahlmann again with the disc ready to pull. He has had these great 2 blocks in the beginning of the game, really starting off that defensive momentum for Germany, we have to say. Starting off that break train with his blocks. And the Swedish have another chance to score 8-2 already. That is a very daunting scoreline for a final, but everything is possible.
It's not over until it's over.
Absolutely, there's always a cap 1, as we see a little contact there on the mark. And we are only almost 38 minutes into the game, so there's still a lot of time for the Swedish to start their comeback, as he winds up the backhand but doesn't give it. Swings back to the middle. Germans with their zone again. asking for patience from the Swedish as Nilsson gets every other in handling. And it's again great to see the teams of the different delegations also hyping up their teams on the sideline. We hear the defense shouts from the German teams as Sweden gets one over the top, getting over that cup, faking the deep one again, creating some more movement all the way to the other side of the field. Sweden doing a good job against this zone so far. Nilsson on the side, faking again, moving it back to the middle, around that German cup with Berje, who has also had a very dominant performance throughout the tournament. And a hammer over the top to 76. Oh, with the layout bit, but just shy of the disc. That was a big play. Yeah, we'll see that again, the big hammer by Nilsson. Vincent Miller really doing his best to get his hand on it, but just a bit too far. As we see Meo Dahlmann picking it up again for the Germans.
Coming up with a sweet play to initiate.
Nice inside forehand to Salman. And a big high backhand to the end zone. Defense underneath it. Yeah, that was not an easy disc to read with the defensive pressure. Defense did a very good job of pushing him to the side there. And Sweden get another chance. 34 passes that they were already asked to throw by that German zone, but they keep going. Berje, Nilsson, and Korslit now. The Swedish moving up against the zone, getting momentum there. Playing around nicely on the line against the zone, moving it back, changing sides again. That is what you need to do against that zone. Make the cup move back and forth. Great work by the Swedish handling. Again, gaining some meters there. Disc back with Berje and Nilsson. Back and forth between the Nilssons. Moving up the sideline. There's a chance. Big open space in the break side. He saw it, but was tempted. Didn't take it though. And again, the hammer is going up, and it is redeemed by Kasper Nilsson. Finally, they get it off.
Nice patience there from Sweden. Working against that zone, always like executing right, making the right choices, finishing with the hammer.
Yes, and we saw them seeing that break space. We saw it before that they took the fake, and then in the end they got it off, which is great to see. Awareness of the field of these young athletes already, how they see how they can make the disc work for them, throwing players open in space. And it's also great to see, I mean, it's 8-3 for Germany. Sweden is trailing with 5 points, but they are still in this game. You can see very much how they are still fighting for it, taking a lot of passes, happy to swing back and forth, taking whatever the zone gives them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the open final, definitely it's good to see that they keep fighting so hard despite the goal difference. But it's great to see the intensity and the energy that Sweden still has in their tank. I'm sure that they can pull out something here.
Yes, we get a little look at the sideline now, as every other game of the tournament has already done. The sideline is full of players, supporters from all over Europe. As we see, of course, with these youth tournaments, a lot of parents coming along for the trip, coming to watch their kids And now we watch the Swedish with a high pull. Nice hang time on there.
Wow.
But again, out of the second pull that we see that goes out of the back of the end zone. The field's, of course, a bit shorter than the full length of this field here, giving a bit of safety with the rugby poles in the back. So the German O-line will bring it to the brick point. Setting up in a horizontal stack, maybe trying a bit of an isolation. Yes, it's very interesting to see what the Swedish have done now. We will probably get a chance to talk about that in a minute as the Germans progress to the end zone now with tight matchup. As Meyerhofer gets it off again to Steinhoff, to Meyerhofer, back to the middle. Conducting with his hands traffic. Calabresa with the disc. There was a little ankle breaker cut, leaving the defense on the floor by Meyerhofer, who now has the disc again at the sideline. Nice break to the middle of the field. Meyerhofer really working for his team there with the disc. And again, opening up the field. Great grab with a lot of pressure. There is a foul call signaled, still lying on the ground. So you see that around, opening up the break side with pressure there indeed, and contact created by Gustav Andersson. Germans will keep the disc with Meyerhofer again. Another breakthrough by Meyerhofer, this time to Calabrese into the middle of the field in the red zone, and another point for Germany on the scoreline. 9-3. Wow, maybe Pia, we can talk a little bit about what the Swedish did there with their defense. We will get a little second look at the defensive look that Sweden put out there, which is a bit reminiscent of a tactic that we saw, when was that, in 2016 at Worlds?
Yes, in London.
So yeah,
tactic used by Japan to counter teams who like to play big ball with those big hugs, and also when you are different in the size matchup, mainly where you can.
Yeah. So.
Also, you can save some energy by running less and just wait for the opponent to arrive at the second half of the field, where there's less space, less deep space to attack. So you have to focus more on taking away those unders, which Sweden did quite well, applying very strong pressure on those German handlers.
Indeed. And in the end, Germany is still able to get off their offensive hold, with Laurin Winkler getting his first goal of the game. And there we see the German flag on the sidelines. A pull goes out of bounds, so it will be bricked again. Quite a lot of points have been started at the brick point so far in this game, which gives the team a lot of time to set up. And we'll see now, trailing 6 points behind Germany. What can Sweden still do in this game? How can they pull themselves out of this difficult situation? A dish off in a handling to Lindblad, going on to Berja again. Nilsson faking off the option in the open side under. Tight pressure there, but well held on to by Sundström. Berja again, and a big arching cross pass to the number 52, and he has it. That was an amazing pass. What a visionary put there by Berja.
Insane throw, insane throw. I mean, very nice look here from the Swedish thrower, who just puts the disc high on the break side, really giving some help to his receiver as we see the replay here. Sees the break space open, just put it into space. It's very, very, very hard to defend when you have to prevent things like that.
Yes, Gustav Andersson also doing a great job reading that disc all the way down into the corner of the end zone. And Sweden doing a great job of now holding the disc. There have not been any breaks, in fact, since the first break train that the Germans had launched in the first half. 5 breaks in a row there to go from 1-1 to 6-1. But now the Swedish have cleaned up their offense again. Or I don't know if it's a matter of cleaning up, but just playing around that German pressure.
Yeah, they're doing the little things right. I mean, they're just happy to take the open options. And sometimes when you have a deep look available, they're not afraid to take it.
Yes, that's very great to see. And this time not choosing for the hanging in the back defensive strategy, the Swedish, with a big bump on that mark, unfortunately. Going into a match defense, managing to stop the first hack options there. The Germans so far having been able to get out of their end zone, but moving it in handling, with the defense doing a great job of preventing anything going downfield, really. As we see Benjamin Schenk again with the disc to Calabrese. These players for the German O-line that have been so important in their handling space. And I mean, we see the Swedish defense, I think they've stepped up their game. The pressure seems so much higher than before.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely increased the physicality there with a straight mark on the thrower, forcing a lot of swings, taking away those deeps.
Winkler swinging it back to Schenk, and again in the hands of Meyerhof. Nice give and go action, gaining a lot of space in the open side, faking the hammer again, going to the middle to a completely open Winkler. And now with a little give and go action just in front of the end zone. Looking for Meyerhofer again, who has been so reliable, and another assist for Meyerhofer.
Great intensity here from the Swedish defense. Try to increase the pressure really on every matchup, on every cut, on every mark. The Germans staying patient.
Yes, and there we see again how the disc is given back to Meyerhofer, the ever so reliable assist giver, as he dishes off. And I mean, amazing bid, so close. The defense was so close there. I think it was Philip Herlin, the number 8 of Sweden. And as you said, Pea, the straight defense and the tightening up of these matchups has forced Germany to swing more in handling, has prevented them from just taking an easy deep option. So the Swedish are making the right adjustments, I feel like. But of course it's hard to come back from these 5 breaks, because holding against Germany has worked for them, but breaking Germany might be a very different task.
Yeah, unfortunately, feel like Sweden started the game quite late in a way. I think they were surprised by the intensity that the German defense managed to put in the first part of the game. Now they feel more used to it, feel more comfortable to play against the different looks that the Germans managed to throw at them. Hopefully they'll manage to get a few breaks and pull out a comeback. That would be great for this game and for the viewers, obviously.
Absolutely, we would love to see a comeback by Sweden here at this final in the open division, the last game of the tournament, and then all of this is going to be wrapped up after several days of action here in sunny Ghent. And the Swedish offense immediately working through their great movement, getting through the hander defense. Nilsson off to Korslit. Across. This is great movement from Sweden with a huck to Berge, who has it in the end zone. This was such a great possession by Sweden, who now managed to get it 10-5. A kick spike there by Berge.
Great hold from Sweden there. I mean, they were just playing very fast, just taking the open options. Don't let the defense the chance to set up and really get that ball moving fast, taking the safe looks. As we see the replay there. Great decision making there on the pass, great execution as well. Just power position, isolated cutter in the deep space. Perfect execution.
Yeah, really great stuff to see from Sweden. We indeed saw the Andersson, who was the receiver of the arching forehand before by Berge. They have now reversed their roles. Berge giving the assist to Andersson. And I really want to highlight here, yeah, we see the scoreline for Gustav Andersson, 1 goal, 2 assists. And yeah, his movement in this point was so crucial for the offense, with the give and go move across the field and then immediately being ready to throw that huck. The sideline volume again is ramping up as the Swedish go down in defense, and maybe they will get a break chance. It would be great to see them tightening up that scoreline.
See that straight mark again.
Yes, it has worked for them very well in the previous point. Almost forcing a turnover, but that was very well redeemed by the German handler. Getting it out of their end zone, out of Callahan country, as we like to call it. Moving it to the other side of the field, and now finally Germany making some meters and put up, but just a bit too far for Calabrese to get there. Meo Dalman, who we've seen very dominant in this game so far, just put that out there, not probably as he wanted.
Yeah, we can hear the Swedish sideline going very loud here.
With their first chance for a break, am I right? Is this right? I'm not exactly sure. We will see probably later, but I think it's their first chance for a break. As we see Nilsson putting it deep to Nilsson, and he's got it. It's the first break for Sweden. This is amazing stuff. Yes, yes, yes.
Great adjustments from the coaches here with Sweden. With their straight mark and pushing all the cutters deeper, taking away the middle of the field for Germany, really struggling to find the solutions, and eventually taking that deep look and turfing the disc. Great conversion from the Swedish team, as we see the replay. Power position, what a flick huck. Crazy throw, almost full field. Very nice break from Sweden.
Yes, and we saw Kasper Nilsson to Cesar Nilsson, whose first name I think I have mispronounced a couple of times with my German pronunciation. I am sorry. But yeah, really a great thing to see. And then Germany immediately responded with a timeout. So it seems like the Swedish adjustments have really gotten also to the German coaching, having them think, what do we need to change? Because yeah, 10-6. There are still more than 20 minutes to go in this game. This is not at all over.
Anything can happen.
It's great to see the Swedish keeping their intensity, ramping it up even more with their sideline, helping them all the way through. And yeah, the Germans, yeah, what do you think? What could their response be now?
Yeah, I mean, they've been great up till now. So I think they shouldn't, like, it's not because all of a sudden Sweden got a break that everything needs to change. I think it's just understanding the mark and what adjustments can you do, attacking a bit more laterally, the hugs won't be necessarily an option. Just attack those unders, try to win those unders, attack the sides as these are the sides that are open. Yeah, I mean, Sweden is really doing a great job. I mean, we could feel it for the past couple of defensive points that they had. They were really increasing the pressure, changing the mark, forcing the Germans to make mistakes. Now we'll see how Germany managed to respond.
Indeed, there we get another glimpse at the yellow shirts of the Swedish sideline supporters. Seems like lots of parents and supporters have made the trip. And the Swedish D-line prepares for what could be the second point in a great comeback. Another big pull, which again goes out at the end of the field. Or is there discussion? I'm not exactly sure. It seems like Benjamin Schenk is just going to bring it up to the brick point. And we see another look at that.
Seems on the line, right?
Seems on the line, yeah. Germany set up in a side stack, moving immediately to their first cutter. Steinhoff with the disc on the sideline, still no mark. Breaking to the middle to Meyerhofer. Getting it off to the break side again. Moving it to Schenk. Schenk looking for Meyerhofer again, but not finding him immediately. Getting it off in the end. Oh, making a bit of loss there in meters. And there we see Meo Dalman again. Big passes that the Germans are forced to take here now. They are under a lot of pressure. But as I say this, they just get off another offensive hold.
Couple of interesting throws from Germany here. You could see that Sweden changed their mark, but managed to put a lot of pressure on the resets, forcing those big reset into space, as we can see it here. Can be very dangerous for the offense. What a throw. What a throw.
Yes, I have to repeat that I'm immensely impressed with the game that all of these players here at EYUC have been showing. For the age that they have, the vision and the skills that they put on the field is amazing to see. It's a real pleasure.
Yeah, the level of execution, all the patterns, the plays that these players at this young age managed to put is very, very impressive.
Yes, indeed. And there we see Fabian Meyerhofer with his, with his sparkling scoreline of 1 goal and 7 assists.
Having a great game.
Yes, in 8 out of the 11 German points, Fabian Meyerhofer had a say. And I mean, we've seen him throw about everything. We've seen him throw beautiful around breaks, inside breaks, easy stuff, hard stuff. He does it all. It's a great show that he's putting on for us so far. As we see the German D-line pull, and these pulls are so long. They're just, the field is apparently too short for all of these young players' pulls.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's super impressive. I mean, it's too bad that it's very often out of bounds. They probably should maybe adapt and put a little bit more curve on those pulls to keep them in. But yeah, definitely the field seems too short for them.
Yes. Sweden setting up in a split stack. Moving to the middle, but there was a great poach off there from the German defender. Very, very well anticipated. And the Germans with another chance to break. Looking for options in the middle of the field. Meo Dalman, high release to the side, floating a bit, but easily held on to. Swung back to the middle. There is pressure, definitely. These passes are not going off easy, and the break comes right in front of the end zone, and there it is. Another break for the Germans, bringing the score to 12-6. Well, now now it's going to be a hard time for the Swedish, because 13 is the point cap. So this German side just 1 point shy of winning the gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, for Sweden, it's gonna be very hard, not impossible, very hard still. Yeah, Germany managed to respond with that break. Now we'll see like very nice and patient end-on offense as they've been doing up till now during the entirety of the game.
Yeah, there again the break by Dalman opening up the field. And then another little easy dishy break throw. And if I'm not mistaken, the player who threw the assist was also the one to get the poach block in the beginning. Not exactly sure, but yeah, there is another timeout taken before that potentially last point. You never know, first game point. And we will take another short break in the commentary booth.
Get there. Yes, he will.
The lovely did. Here we are again for what is the first game point for Germany in the open final of the Under-17 European Championships in Ghent 2024. Germany has been very dominant so far, but Sweden still has a chance in this game if they hold on to their patience and energy. The sideline volume is cranking up. The German defense supported by their other teams. Sweden under pressure with a big bit, but there's a foul call by Nilsson. Yeah, and pass immediately goes up though, and just too far. Nilsson putting out his body there on the ground. That was a great bit. Wow, amazing effort there, but giving Germany the chance they wanted for this break to take the game. So 12-6, the game is to 13. So if Germany managed to win this, they are the winners of the European Championships. Fabian Meyerhofer, who has been so reliable with another break pass going to Daniel Salman. Back to Meyerhofer. Under pressure from Nilsson, swinging to the middle, over to Meyerhofer again. And he fakes the hug, I believed it, puts up the scooper to the middle. There is pressure, but the German player able to hold on to it. Now, the stall raising a bit much higher, but Fabian Meyerhofer again with this under pressure from Nilsson. And there's just threw it into the defense. Nilsson with the disc. Sweden get another chance for their hold. Nilsson in the middle of the field gets it off to the other. Nilsson faking the hammer, working it to the middle. Andersson again, who has also been so important for the Swedish side. There we see Oskarsson. Andersson again. And a big arching hug to Nilsson in the end zone. He's got it again. These hugs for Sweden, they have been so great.
Yeah, great throw again here. Similar pattern to what we've seen earlier in the game. Try to fade those flick outsides, flicks to the break sides. Just helping the receiver, really. I mean, it's again very hard for the German defender to make any play on this disc.
Yes, and again it was Andersson, I believe. Yes, Gustav Andersson, number 52, putting up that big arching forehand for Kasper Nilsson. Amazing play to watch. So another hold for Sweden, making it 12-7. The Swedish really having to channel all of the energy that they have left after these days of playing. It's not easy being in this position in a final, but now they can really show if they have it in them to put on a bit of a fight here still against that very dominant German team.
Will they be able to take a break?
They have gotten one break off of that very solid German offense, so let's see what they will do. Germany, the under-17 open German team with a chance, an offensive chance for the gold medal at EYUC. Big arching pass to Meyerhofer. Surveying the field, looking for his dump, getting it off to Schenk. Schenk to the middle of the field, pressure there. Good vision from the Swedish defender. Meyerhofer again with the disc. The Swedish doing a good job of preventing anything upfield so far. The Germans moving and handling. Schenk to the side again and back to Meyerhofer there from Steinhoff. Moving it across the field, and there's a block! A turnover forced by a big block by Danielsson. Sweden with a chance to break, to make it tighter here. And the hug goes up, but it goes out of bounds. That is very unfortunate for that hug, but what a block there. What a block by Danielsson.
Great pressure from Sweden to really force that turnover. As we see the replay here. What a block. What a block on the under, anticipating these reset patterns from the Germans.
There's, I think the players are wondering where they should bring the disc in play after the hug went out of bounds. Meyerhofer taking the disc back in for the Germans with another chance at this offense for the gold medal. Meyerhofer up the line, up to Schenk and back to Meyerhofer. Moving it up the field solidly. Winkler now. The straight mark from the Swedish they have put up again, that has worked so well for them so far. And the disc is moving among the handlers. Meyerhofer again, ever so reliable handler for the Germans. Up the field, not in, and now they have got it, an easy dish. Oh, but there seems to be a call, hands waving in the air. An uncontested travel on Calabrese there, who was almost in already with his pass. Calabrese on the line. Meyerhofer again with a chance for the gold medal, and there it is! Second time the charm. Meyerhofer to Dahlmann, and the Germans celebrate as they are under 17 open champions of 2024 in Ghent. PA, what a game we have witnessed here from the Germans, but also from the Swedish.
What a performance from the Germans. I mean, they were clean the entire game. Their structure, everything was done well. Great decision making, great heads on offense, but also like props to the Swedish team being able to really change the course of the game in the second half, finding those adjustments, increasing the pressure, making really the German team work a lot to get those holds, getting even the break during the second half. I mean, crazy performance from both teams. Really, really impressed by the level that. I mean, they're only under 17. The level that they managed to show at that age is really impressive. It's crazy for the future of German and Swedish ultimate.
And there we see it again. Maya Hofer with the last assist to Dalman, making them under 17 champions of Europe. Exciting stuff. Yeah, so this was in fact the last game of the tournament, and we see the stats for the game. Germany with 13 scorers over 7 of Sweden with 6 breaks against 1. Looking at the break chances, Germany managed to convert 6 of their 9 break chances, which is decent. And Sweden, in fact, also very decent with a 50% conversion rate of their 2 break chances. Impressive to see that Germany only turned the disc over 5 times in the entire game. In an under 17 game, I am more than impressed. And these 10 turns by Sweden, yeah, just gave the Germans more chances for breaks. In fact, Sweden had more clean holds than Germany, so which also speaks for the Swedish offense, who has managed so well against the German zone to keep the patience there. So as we will get to enjoy some of the highlights of this game, we slowly come to an end of this EYUC 2024 in Ghent. Several days of action here in the Blameersen Eurodisc arena. There's another look at that big huck from the first half, taken down by Benjamin Steinhoff. I mean, this game was really all about the German offense, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were super clean. I'm really impressed by how they managed to play end-zone offense. I think they never turned the disc in front of the end zone that they were trying to attack.
And now I think we will see the hack from, yes, there it is, from Berja to Andersson. One of the great passes that Sweden managed to get off there all the way across the field. Great vision and execution there from the young athletes. Yeah, Pia, it was a pleasure to watch this game, although it was maybe a bit less tight than we would have wished for, but the show that these athletes have put on here and all across the week has been amazing.
Yeah, it was a great game to watch. It was a pleasure to be here and be able to comment with you and be able to attend this game and see all these future stars, really. I mean, it's crazy. Like, the future looks really bright for European Ultimates, and that's all what it is about.
Absolutely. So with this, we will wrap it up here for EYUC 2024 in Ghent. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next coverages. I've been Kati Meisel, joined by Bea Delamine. Bye-bye.
Bye.